Hey guys, Ellen Gale here, your productivity coach. So, you have somebody who wants to sell their house, like right now. Fantastic. What are the things that you need to be doing in order to get your paperwork done, to do your research properly, and all that kind of stuff? Okay, so you're prepping for your listing appointment. There is a sample listing presentation within Command that you can go in and customize. It has 40 pages of information that'll give you a great template for what you want to put in your listing presentation. Now, the thing with listing presentations, you want to have a little bit of an educational piece, what the market's doing, how to price your home correctly, and why that's important in timing the market. You also want to have a little bit about yourself. Who are you? What do you like to do? How long have you been in business? Why did you get into business? The brokerage stats. I know you guys are new, so you may not have your own numbers. What did our brokerage do last month and last year? Those are big numbers and they look impressive. You also want to have information about the home, okay? So your listing presentation is pretty much information about you. This can be a digital presentation. It can be a leave behind piece that you print out and leave with them. That depends. It depends on who you are as an agent and the people that you're working with. So I would say the age range of the people that you're working with. In that, somebody who's going to be, say, my dad's age, wants a physical piece of paper to leave behind. Millennials, they may be okay with you just sending them a PDF or doing just a presentation on your smartphone or your iPad. So gauge your audience is what I'm saying there. Looking at a home and doing your research on the home, okay? There's a couple of things that you want to do before you set the appointment to meet with your prospective sellers in person. You want to research who is on title for the home. You can do this through the My Monsoon tab in Flex. That'll give you who the owners are, a breakdown of when the property was sold, what it sold for, all that stuff, okay? That's all good information for you to look at. Here's why I say that. It takes one to buy, it takes two to sell. So if you're just meeting with the husband of the husband and wife, when you're with your sellers, the husband can't just sell the house on his own. The wife has to be there and she has to sign. So 2 people on title, 2 people have to have signatures on your paperwork. Just a little FYI. Some other things to look at. Did the home change in square footage? Did it change in bedrooms and bathrooms? These are things to know to be able to ask your sellers. What is the square footage? What does the warranty deed look like? Okay, if these guys bought the house for $140,000 and the market says it'll only, let's say, appraise for or can go on the market for $120,000, that's a problem, okay? They can't be upside down with what they owe on the house and what you want to list it for. That's a problem. So that's information that you can find on the warranty deed. Now, if you guys need a nice presentation about the home, you can reach out to a title company. They will do a beautiful property profile for you that has all of that information and all of that research on the home. So don't hesitate to reach out to your title companies because they can get you that. It will take a couple of days to get that information all compiled and put together and to you. So if you got a listing presentation on Friday, give them a call on Monday, okay? So you've done your research on the home, you set the appointment. Now it's time to figure out what the home is valued at. There's a very quick way to do this. It's called RPR. RPR is based on the realtor valuation model. Okay, you can find RPR in your Flex. It should be under the menu tab or at the top of all of your choices. Those are the 2 places you can find it. You have to have your realtor ID number from NAR in order to log in, but you can go in through your Flex portal. Go into your RPR, put in any address really in the whole country, and it will give you a very quick summary of what that home can sell for, okay? And if you look in that, and there's a video on RPR that Marty with Magnus Title did, and it has a wealth of information and it's a beautifully done piece of information. So that is also something you can use as a take with you piece or a leave behind piece in your listing presentation. Okay, so RPR, fantastic. If you want to do a competitive market analysis, I have directions on how to do that. But usually RPR is pretty right on. Okay. Now, in determining price, you also have to determine what kind of market you're in. Are you in a seller's market or a buyer's market? Because that's going to determine the premium that you can ask for as far as price on the home. Okay. So you've set your appointment, you did your research, you've got your listing presentation ready to go. Now is paperwork. Okay. I have a lot of agents ask, do you take paperwork with you? Do you not take paperwork with you? I always take paperwork with me because I'm always confident that I'm going to walk in there and get the listing. Okay. What do I fill out on that paperwork? I fill out everything on the paperwork except for the dates that will be on the market and the price. You already know the address. You already know the legal description. You already know who the sellers are. Okay. You can fill out all that information. You know what your commission is. Okay. And what you're going to offer as a co-broke. So fill out all the information that you can on the exclusive right to sell and take it with you. That way, when you start discussing price in your listing presentation and a price is agreed upon, you can say, oh, would you just really quickly write that price on this line right here and initial it? If there's anything handwritten on these, guys, they need to be initialed by both parties. So at that point, they already have put pen to paper. They're already signing stuff. Have them keep signing stuff. Okay. Put in the dates of the listing. Have them initial at the bottom. All that stuff. Okay. There is a list of what you will need from sellers. I will link it below. One more thing before you put your listing live, don't forget to get a clue report. A clue report is a report from their insurance company, their homeowner's insurance company, for any claims that have been made on their property within the last 5 years, or as long as they've owned the home, whichever time is shorter. So if they've owned the home for 1.5 years, it's got to go back 1.5 years. If they've owned the home for 10 years, the clue report will only go back for 5 years. Okay? Because that's something that you will need to give to any prospective buyers. So don't forget to give that to them as well. Oh, one more thing before I let you go. The SPUDs. Okay? That's the seller disclosure. The SPUDs has to be filled out by the seller. Okay? You can help, as in you can read the questions to them and they can fill it out, but they need to fill it out because it's about what they know on the property. Okay? So I always like to leave that as a homework leave behind if they need to do that. So, or you can also go through it at the listing presentation. Alrighty? Okay, guys, good luck on your listing. I'm going to do another video next about what to do before you're listing a property, the pre-listing things, checklist that I like to have. And then other than that, happy paperworking.